Hello everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate assignment 5. This assignment is very important because some of your future assignments, including the site plan in AutoCAD, the site plan color rendering in Photoshop, and the 3D model construction in SketchUp, are all based on this assignment. So this is a start point. In this assignment, we have to prepare the base map in your model space and plot your base map in the paper space. And we don't have very complicated geometry drawings, but instead we have a step-by-step instruction for the drawing management. And this is an example of the final submission product, and you will submit both your AutoCAD and the PDF file. So let's go to the first step, determine your design concept. So in this drawing, you have three spaces to design. So this is the function of the building, and front yard and backyard. So you can determine your building function first, and then based on the building, you can decide which kind of open space you want to have. For my situation, I will use the nursing home as my building name and have the healing garden at the left of my building and have a formal garden in front of it. You can decide the name and function of your space and buildings. Also, if you don't have any ideas, you can use my idea as well. Okay, let's go to AutoCAD. So in this assignment, you have this base map, and you also have a title block downloaded from the eCampus. Make sure you have both AutoCAD files. And I always check the layers and units before drawing. So let me go to the layer menu to see what layers I have. And then I check the units by typing in units. So the default length type is engineering type, and this units is inches. Click OK. And then I start to modify the texts. So firstly, I will specify a type of the building. I will click, and I will name it as a nursing home, and Control and Enter, and I will move it a little bit. And this front garden, I want it to be a formal garden. Press Control and Enter. And for this space, I'd like to make it a healing garden. Control and Enter. Let me go back to the instruction file to see the next step. Check units and precision. I have done it. And the next step is to create a new layer for scale bar and north arrow and draw on that layer. So I will go back to AutoCAD. I will create a new layer by opening the layer property window first, and then create a new layer. Name it as north arrow, and set it as my current layer by double-clicking it. And then I will draw my scale bar. So I may draw the scale bar at the bottom of my layer. Okay, I will use the line command, L spacebar, and the length of the line should be, I need to turn on this polar tracking, so should be 40 feet spacebar. So make sure that you type in the units feet, otherwise you will draw in inches. And then I will offset by 2 feet from up to down and offset again, spacebar to finish. And then I will draw the vertical line and offset the vertical line by 10 feet. So this is the unit of my scale bar, and I will offset twice, 3 times, 4 times spacebar. And then I need to hatch the solid to some of the space. So I will do hatch and hatch like this. And then I will draw a single line text. So I will use text and single line, and the start point will start from here. And height, let me do 2 feet height text and set the rotation angle to 0. And then I will go type in 0. Let me have a look. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. 10, 20, 30, and 40 feet. I will press enter for twice. Move it a little down. Okay. And I finished the scale bar. Now I'm going to draw my north arrow. So I will use the design center to insert my north arrow. To open the design center, you can press Ctrl and 2. It will take some time. Okay. And find where your AutoCAD is. And after you find the AutoCAD, you go to the sample and go to the engineering US, and then open design center and landscaping. So when you click on the landscaping.dwg, you see there are some icons on the right. So double click the blocks, and here you can find a north arrow. So I will just drag the north arrow to my drawing and close the design center. So obviously it is too small, so I will scale it SC, and scale factor maybe 3, spacebar, and I will place it next to my north arrow. And then I will move them together a little bit to put it closer to all of my other drawings. Let me put it here. Let's go back to this instruction file to see we have finished this step 2. So let's go to the step 3, add the hatch pattern. So firstly, you should set the paving pattern layer as a current layer, and then you have 3 types of hatches. So let me see. So for the concrete pavers, should do this one, angle 0, and scale is 5. So I go back, and I set this paving pattern as my current layer, and then I will do hatch, spacebar. So this one, architecture H-bone, is my hatching pattern, and then so angle is 0, scale is 5, and then let's place it into my drawing. Click here, and click here, click here. So you have 4 spaces to fill in this concrete pattern, and I will press ESC. And then I will add the ADA ramp. ADA ramp is the second type, requires you to use the NC31, and angle, scale is 40, and set origin. Go to the AutoCAD. So hatch. So the pattern is NC31. And obviously this direction is wrong, so I change it to 90. Scale is 40. So click inside this area. So this 280 ramp, the direction should be set to 90, and the other two, the angle should be set to 0. So I press ESC first. And let me finish the other two. Hatch. This time change the angle to 0. And click. OK. Then I press ESC. And then I will do the set origin. The instruction said that we should set origin at the lower left corner of each ramp. To do it, click, and then set origin. Select the lower left corner here. And this one also set origin, lower left corner. It seems that we cannot set origin at the same time because we've hatched these 2 ramps together. So we should hatch them separately to set origin. This is a very common mistake. I redo it. Hatch. Because this time the angle is 0, so I firstly hatch this one, and spacebar, and then I hatch this one, spacebar. So then I can set origin separately because I hatch separately. So I click set origin and set to the lower left corner. Press ESC, and this one also set origin to the lower left corner. So both of them looks good. You can also set origin when you hatch. So I press hatch again to hatch this ramp. So I change the angle to 90, and then I can click set origin now, and then set origin to the lower left corner, and then click inside. And then I will hatch the last ramp, hatch, and set origin to the lower left corner, and then Oops, what happened? It seems that there is some problem with the boundary. So delete it first, and might be because of this small gap. So I extend X, extend. Now there's no gap, so I do hatch again. So set origin. Okay, this time it works. So if there is some problem with your hatching, always check the boundary to see if it is closed. Let me do the last pattern. It is the ADA parking. So here is ANSI 31, angle 0, scale 100. Hatch. So ANSI 31, angle 0, and 100 scale. Hatch. Okay. So now I have finished all the hatches. Then let's see the next step. Create and insert the ADA block. So we first create the ADA block symbol into a block and then insert the block into the striping layer to the correct location. The location looks like this, and we have 2 ADA parking spaces. This ADA symbol is here, so I'll create the block first. So I want to create a block on the 0 layer, so I go back to 0 layer, and I do block B spacebar, and aim is ADA, and then I will pick my objects. So base point, let me pick points. So the base point should be this point, and the objects, let me select objects using the cross window, spacebar to finish, and then I click OK. Now this is made as a block on my 0 layer, and then I go to the striping layer to insert the block. So let's do insert I spacebar, and the insertion point I will specify on screen, and scale I will uncheck it, and rotation I will check it to specify on screen and click OK. So to find the insertion point, I want to insert in the midpoint between this point and this point. So I press Shift and right click my mouse and find the mid between 2 points. First point should be this point, and second point is this point. Okay, then I will specify the rotation angle. I will pick Shift and right click to pick the perpendicular. Click. And then I think I will have another 80 blocks here. So I just copy, CO for copy. The base point, I will specify this point and copy it here. And I will press spacebar. Until now, we have finished all the drawings in the model space. Now, we will start to design the layout in the paper space. So let's look at the instruction. So here, we will use the Page Setup Manager window to modify our layout. And let's go to the paper space by clicking the Layout 1. And then I will right-click and click Paper and click Page Setup Manager. And then I will click Modify and click OK. Let's look at the setting. So on this page, we will learn how to set up the page. So by doing this, we don't need to do the plot setting when we plot to PDF. So it means that we do this page setup in advance. Okay, so let's look at some settings. So DWG to PDF, ANSI expand B, layout, and scale here is 1:1 and monochrome. This should be DWG to PDF, and this is ANSI expand B. It's horizontal direction, and plot layout, and this is 1:1, and set the plot style to the monochrome. And let's click OK. And close this window. And then we're going to insert the title block. We have downloaded this title block from eCampus, so we insert it to the paper space. Firstly, I think we should create a new layer for the title block and set it as our current layer. I will open the layer property window and click New. I will name the new layer as title block and set the color to white. Set current, double click, and close the window. And then I will do typing I, and then I browse my computer and find the title block. You should remember where you saved it and insert it. So when you find the title block, double click it, and then the insertion point we will specify on screen, scale, and check it, and for the rotation I unchecked it. So only check the specified insertion point and click OK. Now you can turn off the O-snap and click on the lower left corner of this paper. Okay, done. And I will turn on the O-snap. And then I'm going to edit this title block. So you are going to modify the name and the assignment title, the map name, and something. So I'm going to modify it. Drawn by, I will double click on the title block and click OK to modify it. Name, and course number is URPN220, and this is for 2017 semester, and the sheet name is base map, and project So project, you can name it as your design name. So mine is the nursing home. Move it a little bit. So I will turn off the OSnap again so that I can move more flexible. Today's date. So you enter today's date. I will not modify it. Scale. So this scale gonna be 1 inch equal to 1 foot, and sorry, should be 1 inch equal to 20 feet. And the sheet is 1 of 1. So when you do it, you should also modify the date. After you finish modifying this title block, you close this block editor, and don't forget to save the change. Click. Okay. And then I'll go to see the next step is to create a viewport. For this viewport, I'm going to create a layer for it, but the layer should be set to no plot, because in the final product, I don't want the viewport to be displayed. So I go to the AutoCAD and open layer property window and create a layer called viewport, and color I will set it to be red. And for this plot, you click it to set the viewport layer to no plot. And I will double click to make it my current layer and close. Okay. Then I'm going to set my viewport. So first I will delete this old one. I select and delete it. And then I'm going to type MV on the command line to start this viewport command. And then I define the viewport inside my title block. And then going back to set a variable scale. So in this drawing, the scale is 1 inch equal to 20 feet. So it is 1 to 240. Back to AutoCAD. To set the scale means you want to zoom your drawing inside the viewport. But if you zoom here, you can see because you are outside your viewport, so you are not zooming your drawing objects. To zoom your drawing objects, you want to first double-click inside your viewport. Now you can zoom your drawings. So I will type in Z for zoom, spacebar, and then I will enter a scale factor is 1/240 XP, spacebar. Okay, then the scale is exactly 1 inch to 20 feet. And I will pan a little bit. So make sure that everything you drew is inside the viewport. I may need to delete this this block later, but now I will double click outside the viewport. And then because I don't want to zoom by mistake, I want to keep the scale as 1/240. So I want to lock my viewport. I click on the viewport, and there is a small lock icon. I'm going to click it. And now my viewport scale is locked. I will go to model space and delete this small ADA symbol, and when I go back, okay, it's not there. Now I'm going to adjust the global scale factor. So the global scale factor controls the display of the dashed line. So it is under the property panel and line type. So I'm going to go back to AutoCAD, and I will find the property panel and then find the line type. So the last one is line type. I extend it and click Other, and click the Show Details, and then there's a global scale factor. So set it to 0.2 and click OK. Now you see that your dashed line can be shown, and also the dashed line of the water is looks good. Adjust the size of the viewport. I think I have done it because my viewport location is okay, and also I have planned the drawing objects to fit the my viewport. Okay, this page shows to you that if your viewport is too large, some of your drawing objects are not shown in the final plot. Now I can go into plot. Because I have set the page setup manager, so I don't need to modify all the settings again. I just click Ctrl P and preview to see if it is good. Go back to AutoCAD. So I will click Ctrl P and preview. Okay. So check to see that your title block is in the right place, and all of your drawings are inside this title block, and make sure that you have modified all the texts and your drawing is black and white. Okay, and make sure that you hatch all the materials and you insert the ADA symbol. Also the north arrow and scale bar look good. So I think I can plot. So click the printer and name it as your last name / assignment 5 and save somewhere. Going to close it. And then I go back to AutoCAD to save my CAD file. Last name / assignment should be 5 and save. Okay, I have finished this assignment's demonstration, and the due date is next Tuesday. Goodbye.